parts in space and time. When they saw how we were destroying our planet through disease, corporate greed, and overpopulation, they tried to warn us, but we couldn't listen. Corporate greed and computer technology and artificial intelligence took over our destiny, and we let it happen by buying into everything that they sold us with their enticing corporate greedy advertisements for the establishment. Well, the crew of Space Patrol 101 gets wind of this. Well, I have to recruit the help of aliens who are friendly to our cause in order to save our planets, even though the Lyrans are still at war with the Draconians. And accidental side effects of Sid's monumental use of experimental psychedelics was that he had evolved to the point where he could use his psychic powers and abilities to communicate with the aliens, and he was the only human who could understand them and interpret them both and bring peace to the galaxies. Once Space Patrol 101, Sid has psychic powers. The aliens can read his mind, also realized Sid's unique talents, and began to use him as a peacemaker ambassador.
Come on down, come on down, set me free, 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 hey, hey, set me free, 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 set me free. Set me free, set me free, hey, hey, you gotta come down, hey, hey, you gotta come down, set me free, set me free, let me hear you say, set me free, set me free, set me free, let me hear you say, set me free, let me hear you say, set me free.
From being a slave to corporate greed, when it seems like the only thing that anybody wants is money. So set me free from economic slavery, set me free, oh set me free, because this life is killing me, this life is killing me, because this life is killing me, this life is killing me, this life is killing me. So set me free, yeah, set me free, set me free. also, Captain Riley said. Space Patrol 101 helps defeat the alien lizard rots on Xeon. Neon cosmic cats, so the human star cops can see where it's at. And they rebuilt the abandoned civilization, a prison colony society, which turned into anarchy. This human military victory over the Guats, alien lizards on Xeon, is a catalyst, the proofs to the cat people, irons in, what they called. They were on their side, and we were on their side too. Once we gain their trust, when they see what we can do and help them live in peace again, they gain control of their resources through time and travel portals and begin to colonize Earth from space. Neon space cats. Yeah, a few of the cat people decide to help us turn back time and take control of humanity if you can. Yeah, we grow our evolution, and then throughout time, the cats became domesticated and lost to their intelligence as the humans became the dominant species. And why was that? Where were they? They modified with intergalactic DNA. A few of the cat people decided to help us turn back time and take control of Earth away from the artificially intelligent cyclone robots. In exchange for a place to stay, colonize, and a chance to liberate the alien cat race. Good ancestors, alliance, make a deal. It will help us as long as we never enslave them into the best pets again. No, why do they have to be so deep in your philosophy? But Iron's cat lady asked Sid, why do we have to be?
Why do you have to be a woman? Sid replies with another question.
Oh, well, in other words, I cannot be what I am not. Thoughts create matter, and matter can be transformed, but it cannot be destroyed. It's only recreated in another form. It's recycled energy. You think too much. The cat lady responds as he. This is a she.
Why do you have to be a woman? I cannot be what I am not. That's cool. Yeah, well, some people told me that. I think too much. You spray me with your scent, I shall call you Miss Mischievous. She puts her paws up like she's gonna box. Cat Space Patrol.
Artificial intelligence is
everyone watching you. We're just looking for the right time and reason. I'll tell you what this story is about. Put 'em up, Miss Mitten says, and then she laughs and purrs. Go lick yourselves. Like she was just playing around. I'll not be cursed to eternal suffering. They knew there was a way to reunite with their ancestors.
Not throughout space and time. Well, they knew there was a way to reunite with their alien ancestors through thought of the Emerald Tablets. He was the first alien god to discover that alchemy and use his knowledge and formulas for turning metal alloys into gold, since gold was the best superconductor for their spaceships. It came from the universe, and the universe is a giant organism, like God. Saw a spaceship 10,000 years before Christ's time, before the Common Era. Thoth crash landed on Earth after being pursued by an alien bounty hunter named Horus, god of light and son of mighty scientists. The cosmic key is telepathy and ESP. Thoth knew that he and the Emerald Tablets amplified psychic mind waves like a resonator through time and space. Well, it gotta explore the psychic mind waves. Yeah, this weapon could be devastating, like the Ark of the Covenant. So it needed to be hidden and protected, because if in the wrong hands, it was the only way to bring all the gods together peacefully, theoretically, or they could be used to destroy all humanity. Therefore, this was dangerous in reality, since one wrong thought could destroy everybody. So Thoth had hid some of the tablets inside the Sphinx, with a hidden chamber that only he knew, while he scattered pieces of it throughout the remaining universe. And they have no tablets elsewhere. Thoth befriended Enoch, and Enoch helped him to hide the remaining tablets. But some of them ended up on Easter Island, where the giants settled. And once their planet was destroyed by natural disasters, and much like Mars, Enoch the giant, once his leader, eventually Horus came up with the Thoth and tried to kill the bird god several times. The Thoth is the leader of the Birdman aliens. They want peace and prosperity. Have I dreamt this before? I'll probably never know. It's time to take off. Get into the spaceship. Sky people versus space cats, descendants of the gods. We got in the spaceship. Sid has telepathic powers. And then I'm your captain. Hop on the spaceship now. Captain of the Gnome Kingdoms. Oh, let's get into the spaceship now. I'm the captain of your Gnome Kingdom. So let's get in the spaceship now. But I didn't once. To add to the fear that gives evil its power. Instead, I wanted to spread good vibrations. So the crew of Space Patrol 101. Oh, Sid hides away. It's a stowaway in the secret compartment.
How's your son coming, Sid? I'm going to go switching the co-pilot compartment.
Wait, Stargazer.
We're ready for blast off. Stargazer. My name is Stargazer.
Stargazer. Hop in the spaceship. Oh, the Cosmic Cruiser. As when they awakened Sid from his cosmic trip after they found him asleep in a stowed-away bin, he could communicate with the aliens. It was like he was telepathically linked to the galaxy. He could see knowledge of all ancient wisdom through infinity, like a crystal, blinking with the cosmic Akashic records linked into all time throughout the universe, like knowledge handed down. Crystalline skulls of aliens, metaphysical, interpreted by Sid as he could translate their languages to the crew of Shuttle 101 whenever they encountered an unfamiliar species of new aliens. Every time they found a new world. And it's come across the cosmic cats. Yeah. Both the races. Of course, for the Andromeda strain. The war between Orion and Andromeda started when Andromeda's beings protested against Orion's conquering greed and the planet's intergalactic war, taking resources from Andromeda. The shape-shifting cats could travel through stargates with their spaceships, but they needed catnip to sustain their imaginations. That's what their spiritual energy vibrations, the light waves. Pretty soon, they'll be serving artificial tea at robotic restaurants, and the Lyran cat people are the cat people from Vega. The Lyrans helped build the pyramids and the Sphinx. Both races nearly destroyed their own planets, so they set their course for the Andromeda strain. They were once at war with
Orion constellation of planets, shape-shifting aliens from
Andromeda, changing themselves into cats.
crossed through Stargate dimensions back into Earth, where they thought they could be safe.
Like transdimensional travelers and ancient gnomes.
What caused the cats to come back? Maybe their world was ravished. The ancient messages left behind by the feline ancestors. There was a hidden message about the survival.
Ancient transdimensional gnomes travel back and forth through space and time across infinite realms.
The alien cats had the keys to the ancient stargates between galaxies. They couldn't reproduce on their own because they destroyed their home world with nuclear energy. So that's why they had come back, to warn us not to make the same mistake.
Well, when they came back from
Their own planet of origins, as if it had happened before, the thermonuclear explosions on Mars, which from our ancestors colonized here, like fallen angels, through time and space with their spiritual energy like waves. Yeah, the Lyrans helped the prophecy predict the birth of a human named Sid, who becomes contacted by aliens and telepathically evolved. As we said before, Sid has divine protection, since he was sent here to help humanity evolve and find the balance between technology and spiritual enlightenment. He wanted to unite humanity for good, but can we trust ourselves to govern ourselves, or all of the dependence of the different dimensions of time and space? Whatever happens simultaneously, but the Lyrans were at war with the draconian shape-shifting lizard people, and enlightened by aliens when certain constellations are in alignment. Arcturus was wiped out with the Andromeda alliance of Syrians and
Pleiadians.
But some tribes survived after they transformed into infinite light. The alien greys from Zeta Reticuli formed a dark alliance with the reptilian agents from Orion. And as well, we came across a way to make a deal with the Gnome King's neon dreams. This ancient war could have been prevented when you consider how we relive moments of infinite circular time through deja vu. We have the wisdom to correct things in the present. If the cycles of existence are repeating themselves in other dimensions of parallel universes through time and space, then we are creating the universe through a Big Bang chain reaction of matter and antimatter. Here come the Birdmen, like the Mothman prophecy. Here come the Birdmen from the planet Argon. From the planet Argon. They migrated to Earth. Let's see if they could help use our civilization to help them find gold superconductors for their spaceships so they can implode. And the universe implodes and folds back in itself through the Big Crunch, or does it? In the parallel universe, what do we know what really happens in the big black hole? It expands and contracts as the antimatter explodes and implodes through the parallel universes, creating another dimension, perhaps expanding, contracting.
As one explodes, the other implodes through a chain reaction.
Implodes through connecting parallel universe wormhole gateways between black holes in time and space. The gateways are opened up through possibly another transdimensional alien word skimpers. The time is a circular dimension. Sid had lost 7 people who were close to him, but he was still with the crew on Space Shuttle 101. The war is hell as transdimensional gate skippers and
Aliens in gas masks fight and die from apocalyptic planets.
to survive. His best friend died, and then everyone he knew left behind. So he hopped on the ship and stowed away as an abandoned
Reject of society hidden in the ship's compartments.
through the universe where he never knew where the shuttle was going to take him. With the cosmic crew, Space Patrol 101. Yeah, so then they ended up with the Cosmic Cats flying through space a year and a half. Later, they found another civilization abandoned. Sid didn't have enough time to heal emotionally. They find, and he wakes up. The rest of the crew explores the probe that had been following them. Please respond and identify yourself. We are the Birdmen gods of planet Argon. Yes, well. Oh no, now the magicians are mad at each other? Hey, you can't cast that spell on me. Change me back from a cat to a human being. I'm sorry. My master, my mind is working faster than my pen. I'm sorry, my master, my mind is working faster than my pen. Sorry, my master, my mind is working faster than my pen. That's what these alien Gnome King, Wizard, let's say back to each other. Sid Crimson felt like he had no longer had a reason to live, but until he got on board the ship, and the Space Cat Wars gave him a new purpose: to find save the humans from cataclysmic oblivion, until his accidentally finds out that he seemed like he's having deja vu, like he'd been there before. What? Why are the Cloud Gnome magicians always fighting over Wilderland, Gnome King's neon dreams? Before dying, he had psychic powers, and so he decides to try and help leave the universe a better place with the time and space he has left. And then, after realizing that his life is so temporary, well, he had no idea what he had gotten himself into. When he stowed away unknowingly on board Space Patrol 101, when he hid in the ship's cargo bay in order to find inner peace, they found them unidentified craft contained species of all different kinds of creatures and DNA and specimens from all over the galaxy and beyond. It had come back in time from the future to warn advanced civilizations not to destroy themselves and to preserve their DNA experiments with hybrids and octopus cells that have regeneration properties, which spawned gene splicing that could provide a recipe for immortality through tissue regeneration. He could help the aliens if they could help us recolonize too, with the Lyran cat people that were displaced by the war over the Birdmen and their resources who took their catnip from them. He was hoping he'd start a new life in space, and even though he didn't have the credentials and experience as the rest of the crew in Shuttle 101 Space Patrol, they found him passed out for too much World of Wonders. But then when they revived him, the aliens versus Sid, 114,000 BC, and Teotihuacan, remembering the architectural civilizations that helped ancient ancestors and the cosmic cats, was quite a trip from the future. It wasn't just a hallucination. It appeared out of his subconscious for a short period of time, but Sid had learned how to become an expert on the difference between reality and fantasy. He had known fiction by now like the back of his hand. He has such high tolerance for that kind of thing. Who was this stowaway?
Hey, Sid, wake up. It's Max.
How do you know, Max? He is an old friend of mine. But when he got rejected from society, he must have snuck on board in the Space Patrol 101. How did he not get detected? The ship's sensors. I mean, didn't go through the security and the orientation of the rest of the crew? Chief Security asked. Meanwhile, they start scanning his brain and finding remnants of pieces of puzzles they can put back together on how to recolonize their civilization and save their race. Well, they found in his memory that a race of robots had taken over before. There had been many moons ago that we created in the future. He goes back in time to enslave mankind with its artificial intelligence. That's what this probe is trying to save us from again. That's why we see these unidentified submergible objects coming out of the ocean, like they're probes and drones, and aliens are piloting remotely, so they don't have to interfere directly with us and have to either get hurt by our primitive standards or risk exposing themselves. Or the random portals of time travel tunnels pop up in places like Bermuda Triangle or under the Sphinx. It creates this energy electromagnetic wave that's maybe protecting our planet. If who knows what secrets may become unlocked that become too dangerous for us to take. If that ancient wonders of the world are really keeping our planet safe from those cosmic rays and radiation, because from that electromagnetic force field emanating around the pyramids that were built for a reason, so life could thrive. Maybe the aliens just don't want us to harm ourselves. They're just trying to warn us that we're playing with fire, like thermonuclear energy could destroy us like it destroyed Mars. They aren't so random when you consider the technology created by aliens and demigods, and they handed down to the humans. And when the aliens tried to warn us about our past, our own past, the ancient alien societies like the Lyrans and Draconians, when they learned how to control the weather through the Egyptian pyramids, also and immortality and ambrosia and regeneration chambers, and these two races went to war because not everyone could live forever, according to the demigods, because there wasn't room enough on this planet for all these different alien races. Even though they've behind such monumental changes, the secrets had to be kept hidden so we wouldn't learn to destroy ourselves again. Well, what did the rude cat say to the other cat bullies in the neighborhood? Go lick yourselves! Yeah, over the rights to the use of devastating time travel technology. Someone had to protect it. The Lyrans realized these cat people had become domesticated over time, but when they came here, they were as intelligent as a human's mind. The alien lizards had to be stopped when Osiris and the alien lizard Guats, the Draconians, began abusing the rights and distorting time for their own
Purposes as Thoth led the Birdmen from Argon.
as dictators instead of a democracy. Let's put us change. It's up to a free-thinking society. But put in charge someone on the timeline patrol. He'll warn us if there's a paradox, and some nonconformist like Sid can save us. You never know. Meanwhile, all the aliens that evolved from Mars and Earth migrated to other planets and other parts of space and time. When they saw how we were destroying our planet through disease, corporate greed, and overpopulation, they tried to warn us, but we wouldn't listen.
Corporate fascist technology.
Artificial intelligence took over our destiny and took away our free will, and we let it happen by buying into it and everything that they sold us with their enticing corporate advertisements for the establishment. When the crew of Space Patrol 101 gets wind of this, they'll have to recruit the help of the aliens who are friendly to our cause in order
for the Birdmen to save our planets.
And then an accidental time warp through
So the Lions are still at war with the draconian alien lizards.
Sid says, I'm an astral traveler through time and space. It's the side effects of Sid's monumental use. Psychedelics had changed. It helped him evolve to the point where he could use his psychic powers for good. Descendants of the gods. Abilities to communicate with the aliens, and he was the only human on board who could understand their language after all, so he had to translate it for Max and the rest of the crew. Whenever the Space Patrol 101 came across a new species. Once the Space Patrol landed in a new planet, Sid had psychic powers, and the aliens could read his mind also. And send back messages from him to them, interpreting them both. Sid realized this unique talent. They began to use him as a peacemaker ambassador. That's what else could they do to stop this cosmic war? After all, the planet between Mars and Jupiter became an asteroid belt when they destroyed themselves with the first thermonuclear war, and Mars got into it. We won't even get into that over their neighboring planet. We'd even know. Could that asteroid belt have come from the planet that was destroyed next to Mars long ago, before this one evolved billions of years before the dinosaurs? And the Neon Cosmic Cats, Space Patrol, helped to realize that when Sid had flashbacks from these other times and other lives, like his body had been formed into a new body and all of a sudden awakened from the knowledge of all the cosmic previous lives. It helps defeat the alien lizard Guats on Xeon so the human Star Cops can rebuild their abandoned prison colony. Society, this human military victory over the Guats on Xeon is the catalyst that proves to the Cat people and Lyrans that we are on their side. Once again, we gain their trust when they see that we have helped them and live in peace again. They gain control of their resources through time, travel portholes, and they begin to recognize Earth from space. And the Neon Space Cats, a few of the Cat people, decide to help us turn back time and take control of their legacy on Earth away from the artificially intelligent cyclone robots in exchange for a place to stay, colonize, and be free. A chance to liberate. But they shall not be neutered or spayed ever again. Their Cat ancestors and Lyrans made a great deal that they will help us as long as we agree never to enslave them as pets again. In the great space station, the cosmic cats and alien ancestors. Why do you have to be so deep in your philosophy? Accidentally, before the Cloud Gnome magicians are fighting over Wonderland or Wilderland. Now, before they're dying, that helps the psychic powers, so he decides as long as we agree never to enslave them as pets again. In the great space station, the cosmic cats. Wilderland. Now, before pets again. In the great space station, the cosmic fought against the Birdman. They were natural born enemies. They were just looking for a reason.
We are the Birdman gods of planet Argon.
They were just looking for a reason to fight as birds come down from the sky, and the cats, Lyran people like she was playing around, and I will not be cursed to eternal suffering. They knew there were ways as a way to reunite these people with their ancestors through Thoth and the Emerald Tablets. He was the first alien to discover how to change things into gold and use them for a spaceship and superconductor electrical circuits.
That's why Thoth was the leader of the Birdmen.
Coming here to discover the use of the knowledge and the formulas which cause humans to become enslaved labor for the mining of gold and turning metal alloys into such a valuable resource. Gold was the best superconductor in the galaxy. It came from the universe. If the universe is a giant organism, and then it is God. So that's how we define it. That's according to Thoth's spaceship 10,000 years ago, before Christ's time, when he crash landed in that era. Thoth came to Earth after being persecuted by an alien bounty hunter and pursued. Horus, god of light and son of Osiris, also were the alien demigods on hot pursuit after Thoth. They didn't want those alien emerald tablets to fall into the human hands. After all, this gold was meant for the aliens and their spaceships. What would humans do with it other than just be greedy? The cosmic key to telepathy is ESP. Thoth knew that the emerald tablets amplified psychic mind waves like a resonator through space. This weapon could be devastating, almost like the Ark, amplifying thoughts. So it needed, in the wrong hands, to be hidden. It was the only way to bring all the gods together in the galaxy for peace, theoretically. But this was too dangerous in reality, since one wrong thought could destroy everybody. So Thoth hid some of the tablets and broke them in pieces in all of the different places of the planet inside the Sphinx within a hidden chamber. And he knew while he was scattering the pieces of the emerald tablets everywhere, these humans were not ready for this state of evolution. After all, who was? Who could play God when everyone was meant to evolve with free will? That's why it's written and echoed in several philosophies, like ancient knowledge that the aliens passed down to humans, but they didn't want
Us to destroy ourselves.
to think that we didn't have free will and that them must tell us what to do or we wouldn't evolve on our own way. And some of them ended up on Easter Island where the giants settled, since Enoch was the giant one's leader. Eventually Horus catches up with Thoth, and Horus tries to kill the bird god several times. Thoth is the leader of the Birdmen aliens. They want peace and prosperity. Have I dreamt this before? I'll probably never know. Have I dreamt this before? I'll probably never know. Yeah, Nubis.
Head of a jackal.
Had come in here. Says traveling through time. So much time goes by. But could be moments for them when they go between galaxies. They came back from ancient Egypt and then they end up now. Like nothing much has changed. In the clouds and the remnants of a random dimension. Somewhere above space. Wait. You can't cast that spell on me. Why are the magical cloud gnomes mad at each other again? Lost in a drawing, man. Isn't it funky? That's Catman to you. Always abusing their chaos. Excuse me, sir. Where am I? Lost in a drawing again, man. You can't cast that spell on me. The magical wizard gnome says to me.